back to the channel. It's Journaling with Jay, and today we're going to be talking about Gen Z versus the workforce. So let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. So first I'm going to start the video with a statistic, right? So in 2020, Gen Z already makes about 18% of the US workforce. And when the years keep on going, it is expected to be 30%. Meaning, whether companies like it or not, we are the workforce now. Where Gen Z is lazy, doesn't want to work, or quits too fast. And me personally, I'm like, no, we want to work, we want to explore our horizon, but we just don't want to suffer a paycheck. We want the job to be actually enjoyable, right? So, Gen Z cares more about the purpose and meaning than just climbing some corporate ladder.
And the reason they don't like Gen Z in the workplace is because we know how to have a job without making it our entire personality. We will not break our back and shorten our lifespan for our job because our job is our life. Instead, we want a life, and we understand that a job just has to be a part of it if we want to survive. I think the level of freedom this mindset avails us in the relationship we have with work and the effort we're willing to give towards work makes a lot of people very upset and even envious of us in the workplace without even realizing it. For most generations before us, the plan was simple and well supported.
Companies wanting experience for beginner roles. Make it make sense, right? I also want to add, I've been job hunting, right? I've been job hunting for the longest, and what the heck do you mean if you have a master's degree and you're still working $30 an hour? So we're like, what's the point of going to school too? Because if you have a bachelorette degree, or if you have a master's degree, you deserve higher pay. It makes sense, right? But the jobs that I've been searching for, and it's like, for example, if it's like office management, right? The job says master's degree or a bachelorette degree in mental health, dot, and the third, and then the pay says 30 an hour or 20 an hour. Like, are we serious? Like, are we being for real? Like, it's really bad. It's really, really bad, right? Okay, so now let's talk about why job hunting is common in Gen Z, right? It's survival, right? So job hopping, where quote unquote job hopping is, we don't stay at one job, right? We don't stay as a bus driver for all our lives, right? If we don't like the job, we don't like the job. If we don't think that it's suitable for us, we of course are gonna get out, as I stated, right? But job hopping is, hey, if I work at Chick-fil-A, I'm gonna work at, Sephora. Or if I'm working at Sephora this month, like for like 3 to 5 months, right, I'm gonna hop into another job, right? But the thing with job hopping, right, it has to align with your experiences. So if you're like a mental health kind of person that's all on your resume, nobody wants a retail person if you just have experience with mentoring kids, if you get my drift, right? So that makes it hard with job hunting. If people our age are job hunting, there's something going on, right? And also, I want to add with job hunting, once you leave that job that you were in for like about like 5 to 6, 8 months, it's hard to find another job. You're gonna be on your laptop searching for ends on ends each year after year, y'all. Like, it's struggling out there. It's bad, right? So Gen Z actual values, right? Soft skills. Gen Z prioritize communication, emotional intelligence, teamwork, and boundaries. We care about how we're treated, not just why we're paid. We don't respect managers just because of the titles. We respect it's earned, right? And I also want to add, This is another reason that people think Gen Z is difficult, but in reality, we're unwilling to normalize dysfunction. Another factor is we watch millennials struggle, right? We watch people go to college, take out debt, grind endlessly, and barely got ahead. I also want to add that the generation millennials, right? They had the experience to work at a job for however long, right? Work until you die. That's their stigma, right? Other people before us, millennials and Dad on the third, baby boomers, right? They had the ability to go to college, right? Get out of college, find a job, get a house. It was so easy for them, right? Now houses and cars are like thousands of dollars, right? So that's why we have this stigma on Gen Z that hey, like you guys are supposed to work until you die. You're supposed to get a house, get married, and it's just like, but we don't want to do that. We don't.
I'd argue that every generation, millennials, every generation before them has this public animosity towards Gen Z simply because they see us finding our own sense of identity and freedom outside of the workplace. And that bothers y'all. Because a lot of y'all don't know who you are. A lot of y'all a lot of y'all are just now prioritizing self-development, and a lot of us Gen Zers are already prioritizing self-development. And that's the problem. Because y'all don't even know why y'all don't like us. Every time I see an older person commenting about Gen Z, it's always we're entitled, spoiled, privileged. What are you talking about? Because we're attacking and questioning a system that y'all have been working for years? Because we're just now entering the workforce, and we're already like, if this is it, I'm going to get it another way. And y'all didn't have that. Y'all just did it. Y'all took what was given to you, and that was it. Not us, though. But I'd have some animosity, too. But again, it's just a theory.
Lazy. It's about having options. And let's not ignore mental health. Gen Z is the first generation to openly say, I quit this job, it destroys my mental health. That is not a weakness. That's boundaries. Workplaces aren't built for people who care about well being, faith, rest, and balance. They were built for productivity, and Gen Z is challenging that entire system. So instead of asking, why is Gen Z so hard to manage? Why is work operating like this in 1995? Because Gen Z isn't going backwards. We're lowering our standards. We're not apologizing for wanting peace. The workforce is changing, not because of Gen Z is entitled, but because we're finally questioning things that were never made sense to begin with. So, if you like it or not, Gen Z is the future of our work. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts down below about Gen Z versus the workforce. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Bye!